Hey guys, welcome back to Kaylee's Homestead. Today I'm going to be talking about our cricket setup. So first, I'm going to talk about everything you need before you buy your crickets. The first thing and the main thing is going to be where you keep your crickets. We bought both of these containers from Walmart, and they are 32 1/8 inch in length. The width is 19 1/8 inch, and the height is 13 3/4 of an inch. And for the lids, we cut out just about 2 inches away from the edge and put screen there for well ventilation for our crickets, because crickets need a well ventilated area to live. And for their bedding, you can buy vermiculite, and you don't have to, but I really recommend it because this helps with the odor, because crickets will get very smelly after a while. And your female crickets are going to need a place to lay their eggs at. So you can buy just these little containers and some topsoil, and you put the topsoil in your containers, and your female crickets will lay their eggs in here. So say we just got our crickets in the mail, and we're opening up the box to go and put them in there. They're going to have, depending on how many crickets you buy and where you buy them from, we bought ours from the Critter Depot, and we bought 1,000. So we got 3 egg cartons in there, and you just take these egg cartons out, because the crickets are going to be all over these, and you can just take them out and place them in your container that you have for your crickets. And once you get your crickets in the container that you have, you want to get some type of water source in there for them, because they're going to be very dehydrated after the long shipping. So crickets need a lot of water, so juicier fruits or vegetables, the better for your crickets. So watermelon, lettuce, pears, and oranges are all really good fruits and vegetables for your crickets. So this is how we have our bin set up. We've got our vermiculite down at the bottom. We've got our 3 egg laying trays in here for our females to lay their eggs in. And we've got these egg crates in here for them. And these, you don't have to have these in here, but I do recommend that you have something in there for them to hide under. We've also got these potatoes in there for them, and some oats for them to eat. And instead of using oats, if you don't have oats, you can also use breadcrumbs for them if you don't have oats. And you also want to make sure that you keep your topsoil for your female crickets to lay their eggs in moist. So if you just get a spray bottle and you just keep them moist with that, spray it about 1 to 2 times a day. Just make sure it's moist. So this is what it looks like when the female crickets lay their eggs in the topsoil. They'll dig around in the dirt a little bit, and that middle prong is what they push inside of the dirt, and that's what their eggs will come out of. So this is the difference between a male and a female cricket. The one on the right is a female, and it has 3 prongs, and the male on the left only has 2 prongs. So you're probably wondering why we have to have 2 containers for our crickets. And that's just because once we put our egg laying containers in here for our female crickets to lay their eggs in, you want to take those out about a week and a half later and put them in a second container. So if these had been in here for a week and a half, I would just get this container and put our egg laying container in here. And you want some source of heat for your eggs from your crickets. So you can either use a heat lamp or you can use a chicken heater, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, because that's what we'll be using. And you want to make sure you keep these moist also, because these are going to dry out a lot faster than these are going to, since they've got that heat on them. So these cricket eggs are going to stay in this container for about a week and a half, just like these. They're going to stay in here for about a week and a half, and then you're going to transfer them into your other container for about a week and a half, and you'll start to see little crickets hatching from your container. And I forgot to mention it, but the crickets will try to eat their own eggs. We haven't had a problem with it yet, but if that does become a problem, whenever you buy those little containers, they'll come with lids, and you just do the same thing that you did with these bigger lids and cut out the middle of them and put this mesh, and that's gonna keep them from eating their eggs if you have a big problem with it. And the eggs are gonna look like little rice. They're not as big as rice, they're gonna be a bit smaller than rice, but you'll be able to see if you dig around in the dirt, but you don't want to disturb the dirt too much or you're gonna kill some of your cricket eggs. So the female cricket is going to lay up to 100 eggs a day and about 3,000 in her lifetime. And you're probably wondering what the noises that they're making, and that's only the males. The females do not make that noise. And how the males make that noise, they've got 2 wings on their backs. They don't fly, but that's how they make their noise. They rub them together, and that's how they make that chirping noise. And I'll be linking everything that we bought and that you'll need for your cricket setup. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you have any questions or recommendations, feel free to put them in the comments. And I'll be doing an updated video on these in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that.